A year and a half ago, I was a whole different person. A year and a half ago, I was broken. I was struggling. I was drinking every day, getting high, chasing dopamine, not really doing much for myself. I was working, but that was about it. All I did was work, go home, drink, go to sleep, do it again. And it's no way to live. I've been dealing with alcoholism since I was like 14, since I first started drinking and smoking. I had a rough childhood and started drinking and smoking at an early age, and shit just never went away. And I would always go to alcohol for my problems. Any issues I had, anytime I felt bad, or hell, even when I was happy, I would go to alcohol. And for the longest time, I didn't know. For the longest time, I didn't think I had a problem. I just made excuses. I told myself, I work all day. I'm a grown ass man. If I want to get drunk after working, I'll get drunk. I fucking deserve this. I put in a hard day's work. This is my relaxation time. Little did I know, I was letting alcohol control my life. It was every day. For years I was doing this, and then I tried to quit a couple times, but I would always go back to it. Something would happen. Life would kick me in the ass, and I would just go right back to it. And then I met my wife, and she loved me, even though I was a fucking drunken fool. And if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be the person I am today. I probably wouldn't even be here. Because I was drinking myself into the fucking grave, man. It was bad. Fucking, especially if I didn't have work, I would just go on a bender, just black out, not remember what the fuck I did the night before, wake up with bruises and cuts and shit. It was a fucking mess. Well, I got kids now. I gotta be a role model. Like, how am I gonna be a role model when I'm drunk all the time? Yeah, how am I gonna be a role model when I'm drunk all the time? You're not. You can't be assertive and lead if you're not even in control of yourself. And that's where I was. I wasn't in control of myself. I wasn't in control of my emotions, my thoughts, none of that shit. My anxiety was through the roof. I was just paranoid all the time, stressed out. It was a mess. And I convinced myself that alcohol helped my anxiety. The whole time, it was making it worse. One day, I made a decision that I was going to just stop and never look back. And luckily, I had, a support system. And Christmas Day, 2023, I stopped. The night before, Christmas Eve, we were turning the fuck up. It was intense. And I woke up the next day like this. I can't keep doing this shit. Sitting here hungover and still fucked up from the night before. Kids are opening presents and shit. No, can't do that. So yeah, ever since then, it's been sober. And, at first it was hard. I wasn't used to being sober. I wasn't used to being able to, like, have clear thoughts and remember shit. And then I started processing my emotions, and that was fucking scary. I've been fucking blocking them this whole time. And, yeah, after a couple months, man, I kept up the momentum. I was like, you know what? I quit fucking drinking. I need to quit vaping. I was smoking that whole time, too, smoking and vaping. And, I just, one day I just stopped. I just stopped buying them, and that was it. And that was like 6 months or 7 months after I quit drinking, something like that. But yeah, I just kept going. I just kept letting that momentum build up. And then after a while, I realized, like, if I can quit drinking and smoking, I can do anything. And I've been telling myself, like, oh, I'm going to get my body right for the summer and I'm going to get in shape. And I never did. And then one day, you know, the wife was, we were talking about losing weight and getting healthy for the kids. You know, you can't live long if you're not healthy. Like, you will die from bad health. And we want to live for our kids, you know. We want to be here when the kids are older and be able to play with our grandkids and shit, right? So, yeah, we started going to the gym. You know, first it was just, you know, a couple days a week, walking, light weights, all that stuff, and then started getting into it more and more. And before you know it, I'm a fucking gym. Before you know it, I'm a fucking gym bro. It's just wild, you know. And I wasn't expecting all that. I never in a million years would I think like I would be the guy that's, you know, goes to the gym 5 times a week, puts in 10,000 steps. I never would have thought that. And here I am, a year and a half later. Like, all it takes is one decision. And that's what's so crazy about your mind. Like, all you have to do is change your mind. You can change your life with one decision. Just one, yeah, that's all it takes is one decision. A year and a half. And I'm sober, in the best shape of my life, healthy, emotionally happy. My relationship is doing phenomenal. It's only up from here. Imagine what 5 years will bring, you know? If I can do it, so can you. It just takes one decision.